Hello stampers and crafters, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah McGuire from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's card is this one. How cool is that? This is a double Z fold card, and I'm going to be using the Brightest Glow stamp set, some of the Labels Aglow dies, and the beautiful one horse open sleigh designer series paper. This card is super easy to make and so fun for the holidays. So if you want to see how to make this card, please keep watching. So the first thing I want to show you is this beautiful paper. This is the One Horse Open Sleigh Designer Series paper. This is an online exclusive. It is 6x6 paper. So many pretty wintry designs. Flip that so you can see. This is the one I used for the front of the card there. Pretty wood grains and just, oh, I love these patterns. There's one in here in particular. Love that little deer. That's what we're going to be using for our card today. But there's one in particular that I wish there was 500 sheets of it. This one, I love it. It's almost like the lights are actually on. It's so pretty. Oh, that one was turned on. I love this one too. The lighted forest. This is really pretty. I've used pretty much all of these papers. I love them so much. So that is the One Horse Open Sleigh Designer Series paper. Again, it is an online exclusive, but if you just type One Horse Open Sleigh into the search bar on stampinup.com, you'll be able to find it. I'm going to show you how to put the papers together. You can't really see on video, but when you're looking at it, you can see these scenes kind of flow together. Let's get into making our card. It's very minimal stamping, so let's do that first. I'm going to take a scrap piece, make sure that is my scrap. Is that my scrap? I don't think that is. I need a scrap piece right here of Designer Series paper, basic white, and the Brightest Glow stamp set. I want to use this long label from the Labels Aglow dies. Now there are two sentiments in here, so I use Season's Greetings. I'm going to go ahead and use Happy Holidays. And for our sample card, I did use Balmy Blue just because it's a bit darker than Pool Party, but I'm going to see what Pool Party actually looks like. So I'm going to get the Pool Party ink. And you can see all the supplies I used today in the blog post that corresponds with this video. Just click the first link in the description. And Happy Holidays isn't as light as I thought it would be. I just thought the Balmy Blue showed up better on the video. So I'm going to show you the Labels Aglow dies that coordinate with the Brightest Glow stamp set. There are some beautiful dies in here. So this is the one we're going to be using for our greeting there. And there's these beautiful snowflakes, these lovely spots, circles, another big huge label. I actually used this one here, this swirly guy, and some of the snowflakes for our panels. Because I realized on this card, I didn't use any of these cool dies. I wanted to use some on our card that we're making right now. So then I have we're going to die cut that in a minute. Then I have all these pieces of Designer Series paper. Again, the measurements and supplies, everything is on my blog, but I wanted to show you this. This is a different piece of Designer Series paper. You can tell by when you flip them over, they're different on the back side. And that one's different too. So I used 4 different sheets. You can use whatever Designer Series paper you want. You just want to be sure when you're cutting it that you're cutting it the right way. And what I mean by that is if it has a design that goes a certain way or a way you want it to go, like this wood grain, say you wanted it to go like this, you'd want to cut it differently. So like for a piece like this, it wouldn't really matter because the design's kind of the same all the way around. But this, you don't want your tree to be upside down. So you want to make sure you're cutting it the right way. So for these little panels here, they are 4 by 2.5. So you want the 2.5 to be across. And then they're 4 inches long. So if you cut it 4 inches long and 2.5 down, it's going to be sideways. So I just want to give you that little tip. Then I have my 2 pieces of Pool Party, and I'm going to show you how to fold these. And these are all our panels that go on there. We're going to put those on first, I think. So these 3 just go on here. Just like this. You can use your liquid glue. You can use your seal. I like seal, so that's what I'm going to be using. And this is our 4 1/4, yeah, 4 1/4 by 11 piece. The bigger piece. Again, all the measurements right in that blog post. You can screenshot it, then print it out, however you like to do it. You can look on the blog, write them down on a piece of paper. I have a handy dandy notebook that has all my measurements in it. I'll show you that quick. It's a Stampin' Up notebook. And literally, this is all card measurements, the whole thing. So I have all my measurements right there for me. So that is our back panel. So it's this back panel here. And then for our smaller panel, we can just set that right on top. We're actually going to go this way. You want your larger rectangle. You can even flip it to go that way. Larger rectangle there. And our panels are going to go like this. And I like to lay things out before I set them down because otherwise it can get crazy. Otherwise, I'm like, I don't know, did I put this on right? And then I'm just being careful not to add a lot of adhesive. I want to add a little piece so it sticks. But I don't want it behind those circles because it could show through. I'll lay that down there. Pop some seal on the back of this guy. And then just on the back of this. And I like how the die cuts on this one. It changes the card a little bit, but it doesn't. Like, I just like those little snowflakes and how that pool party color just comes through. I like that. So now to adhere your two panels together, what you're going to do is you're going to fold. I start with the back piece. Hold it, you fold in just like that. Same thing with this. Hold your back piece and just fold it in. So that creates your Z's. And what you're going to do is, I know this piece sticks here. And I know this piece goes there. So what I like to do is stick down the back panel first. So where that whisper or basic weight is, whisper weight forever. Where that basic weight is, I'm going to put seal all over the back of that. And I know about where I want it to go. I want about 1/4 inch of that designer series paper showing. So I'm just going to stick it down like that. And then I know, so I'm going to look and kind of measure. I want seal about here. So I don't want to go too far because if you stick it all the way over here, it's going to stick places you don't want it to stick. So I'm just putting some on that side there, and then we're going to close it. Push down. And there's our double Z. So now all we need is our sentiment, which I'm going to grab my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I just dropped a plate on the floor. But I like the mini for quick little jobs like this. I do recommend the full size because that way you don't have to worry about whether your dies fit in the mini. But the mini is good if you already have the full size or if you're just starting out and you don't want humongous large dies. I'm just going to run this through. And that's all die cut. Put my machine away. And then while I'm at it, grabbing the embellishments I'd like to use if I can find them. There's one. And there's, nope, that's not it. Hold on, sorry. There it is. I have my embellishments here that I want to use on our card. Bring our card back in. For our label here, I am going to use some mini dimensionals. And you can use whatever sentiments or greetings you want. I just liked these ones. You could even go Merry Christmas. I just felt that was too big. And I didn't want to cover up the beautiful paper. I'm just going to push that down. Oops, it's upside down. Make sure it's going the right way. I think I'm going to put this one up a little higher so you can see the little swirly guy. Now for our embellishments here, I have some of the adhesive back snowflake assortment. And this is part of that One Horse Open Sleigh suite that's an online exclusive. So there are 2 sizes. What I did was I just kind of stuck the smaller snowflakes to that, so when I fold it over, they all kind of stay together. That way I don't lose them. So I'm going to be using the white ones. Let's pop a couple. I'm going to use a big one here. And then we'll grab a couple of the smaller ones. You could use the gold, you could use the copper. I just like the little white snowflakes. They're kind of a lot more subtle. Put one right there on the end. Be careful putting it on the edge if you're mailing it, because you still want to be able to put your card in an envelope. So then I'm going to take one of the medium-sized rhinestones for the center, and then 2 of the tinier ones, the smalls, for the other snowflakes. And that is our card. So it's the same card, 2 different panels on the front. I just couldn't decide between the fox or the deer. Tell me in the comments which one you like. Do you prefer the deer or the fox? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more card making tips and tricks from me. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you make these cards for your family and friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.